your football team is, which is your football team?
Well, I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
So we didn't have a pro allegiance to anybody. All we had was Tennessee football.
UT, right?
Yeah, and that's how I grew up. And me and my father, my grandfather, we watched UT football religiously.
Right.
You know, so when Keith Jackson came to town, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but then you grow up and you start on the road and you become friends with people that, you know, Sean Payton's one of my best friends in the world. So
he was here, by the way, hour one.
Is that right?
Yeah, and
I love him. You know, I first met Sean when he was quarterbacks coach for the Giants.
Yeah.
And then he went to work with Parcells at Dallas. And then when he got the gig in New Orleans, we were already pretty good friends, and I bought a suite at the Superdome just so me and my father could go to the show, go to the games, and have something to do together, right? Mm-hmm. And God, it like to killed us. I mean, it was so much fun.
I bet. Yeah.
It was so much fun.
One of the loudest stadiums I've ever been in, and I was in the Superdome with NFL Network the night that it reopened after Katrina. And the night where, you know, Steve Gleason blocked the punt. Now that's commemorated with a statue out in front. I've never heard a stadium. I'm getting goosebumps even talking about. Never heard a stadium that loud.
It was so great, and what Sean did for that community and that team and those
Drew
teams.
Brees too,
and Drew Brees and all those guys. So it was such a fun moment of Sean's life, my life, you know. But it was a great thing. Like me and my father, you know, we didn't. Like a lot of sons and fathers probably don't have a lot in common, except sports, and especially football. And that was one of the reasons that I did that, you know. So for a long time, you know, we would go down to New Orleans, and we went to all the Super Bowl that Sean went to, and we had so much fun, man.
So you adopted the Saints essentially through your friendship?
Yeah, because we didn't have an allegiance at all.
Right.
And then and then I met Andy Reid when he was still coaching at Philadelphia.
Sure.
And so I'm really good friends with Andy, and you know, and I'm really proud that he gets to ring the bell. Try to ring the bell one more time.
Well, I mean, what he is doing now with this team, and we talk about Mahomes' numbers and his championships. I mean, Andy Reid is now in the pantheon of Tom Landry, in the pantheon of Don Shula, and obviously Belichick is in front because of his tenure with Brady in New England. But Andy Reid's in this conversation,
and it's not by accident. You know, it's not. I mean, of course, he has one of the best players on the planet. But if this was 1 or 2 years, you could say it was an act. But no, Andy Reid is a great football coach, great person, and I couldn't be prouder for him.
And I imagine Peyton Manning is one of your guys too.
Yeah, of course. I met Peyton when he was still in college at Tennessee.
Right.
You know, so Peyton and I have been friends a very long time. Peyton Manning used to, you know, before there was a social media presence in the world, and before everybody documented every single thing. Yeah. There was 2 summers where Peyton, it was like his rookie year with the Colts, and then the next year, he literally went out on the bus on tour with us, and on the bus for like a couple of weekends, and we would have one extra guy on stage. He would be up there with a guitar, and the audience would be looking around going, "Wow, that guy looks familiar," you know. And then I would introduce him as Peyton Manning, and people would go crazy. Yeah. That just shows you how different our social climate is now compared to then. It was a long time ago, but Peyton used to go out there on the road with us, and he wasn't even plugged in. Like, he had a guitar over his shoulder, you know. It was all in good fun, but he wasn't even plugged in. He wouldn't even change chords, you know. Like, we couldn't even fake it. Like, you know, you had to change a chord during a song, and Peyton would stay in the same spot the whole time. Everybody knew he wasn't plugged in.
For a guy who's known for changing plays, you know.
That's right.
You can't change chords.
Yeah.
He can't.
He just kept it in one spot.
No audibles when he's playing guitar.
No.
Oh, my. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.